Considering these two bucks will be competing in just several weeks at the Pittsburgh Pro, I figured we would do a little side-by-side comparison with their latest versions. Michal Krizo versus GOODVITO, Vitaly Ugolnikov. Is this the future of bodybuilding? And before I begin, I can hear you guys now. But Mark's Max Muscle, you're using Michal Krizo when he was already ailing. Yes, I know. This is the M-Pro, where he was already ailing. Like you guys use that phrase. It sounds like a Terry saying.
Tuck off, Tucker.
But yes, and not only that, but these pictures are useless because they are tilted thusly and a little bit thusly too. So thusly and thusly, that's 2 strikes. That's it. So for this one, I'm going to use my favorite version of Michal Krizo. Probably your guys' is too. This is the Prague Pro 2023, lost only to Samson Dauda. Maybe one of the best Samson Daudas as well. He was huge, he was massive, condition was into, and what a little showdown this is. This is bodybuilding. Good physiques like this. See, the look of bodybuilding, if you think. 10, 12, 15 years ago, there was a lot of big midsections. Even the guys like your Dennis Wolfs and your Dexter Jacksons who did have small midsections. But you know what I'm saying? A little bit of cookies and popcorn backstage is probably what was going on. But these are 2 premium physiques. Bigger is always better. So Michal Krizo wins, right? When all things are equal, condition does seem pretty close. And speaking of pretty close, those arms of GOODVITO, Vitaly Ugolnikov, they're doing battle with perhaps the best guns in the IFBB right now, Michal Krizo. So what a showdown. When I look at the lower half, it could be trouble for Krizo. Maybe not so much in this front shot, but we'll see. We'll see. And the front lat spread, kind of a write-off. This is the Detroit Pro. Kind of just a filler. It's even a screenshot for GOODVITO. Vitaly Ugolnikov. Not the best pose maybe for either guy, but not too bad. Should be interesting to see who wins this one. Go to the side, and I can hear you guys now. But Mark's Max MasterCard and Visa, you forgot to say turn to the side. That would be correct. No, Krizo not doing as bad as I thought. And I am referring to the condition alone. I knew he was going to look good. Big delts. Gray big man's chest. Things of that nature. And look at these arms. The condition, I'm still going to give it to Vito. Let my people... No, that's Krizo. But still. Here's a side tricep. Huh? No, Krizo. Did he switch legs? He did, didn't he? This is his left log. Look. This is his left leg. And you can see condition there. Glutes popping out. And his right one is a little bit smoother. So if he could get the side chest from this angle, it's going to be a better shot, to be honest with you. Jay Cutler dealt with the same thing. One of his wheels was smooth. One of his wheels was a little bit shredded to the dice. And that brings up a point that it just really upsets me. One year at the Mr. Olympia event, they handed out best wheels, they called it. Best legs, whatever you guys say, I say. And Jay Cutler won over Ronnie. I think Ronnie should have beat him. Ronnie should have had the best wheels. Anyway. What was I talking about? Oh, yes, from the front. Krizo, he is a handful. Absolutely. And Vito's not bad either. But the back shots is where these 2 dudes separate? No, maybe not. Take a close look at Krizo's condition. This is not exactly like when I did an Andrew Jacked versus GOODVITO, Vitaly. Yugolnikov. I mean, Krizo, yeah, his back is a little petite. I have to say. It's funny because it's just a little bit smaller than a smaller man's. So it does look a little bit, like I said, petite. Little more thickness and maybe not even quite as shredded to the diced as GOODVITO. So GOODVITO winning altogether. I would suggest in the back lat spread at least. Now the rear double is not as good as a pose for Vito, and I think in Krizo's case it is a better shot. So mathematically he's winning this one, but then again, condition. Look at the condition. He's not as shredded. It's close though, guys. It's close. Now, hear me out for just 1 second. Terry, is it second or second? D or T?
D like a dippy dog.
Okay. Alrighty, Roo. So, what was I saying? Oh, yes, just for 1 second. Let's have a look at Krizo at the Olympia. Slender was he. He was awfully small. But get your old peepers shined up. Grab a stick of juicy fruit. Have a close look at these glutes, guys. He's even more shredded than maybe he's ever been. Is he more peeled than GOODVITO? Surely he's not as big. So he's giving up some size there. Vito needs to build that back up a little bit more too. I would suggest if he wants to win the Mr. Olympia title, he can get some good placings, but I think you need to check off all of the boxes to win the big prize. The Golden Goose. Here's the abs and thigh pose. A more than decent shot for both men, but I think in terms of V-taper, the way the abs are set in there to the midsection, and the quad development alone, GOODVITO, I think he's handily defeating Michal Krizo in the abs and thigh shot. But man, oh man, this one, well, we're at the most muscular. So if you're not positive by this point in time, now when I'm not sure about a word, Terry's so good he just writes it down and he holds the clipboard up. Still got a clipboard. So yes, this one could be a toss-up. The judges are going to have their hands full. It's going to be a situation where Krizo in a lineup could favor him. I know, that's how the old saying goes. Oh, depends on the lineup. Depends on the lineup. Doesn't depend on the lineup. Well, it can. It can. Got little arguments going on in my own brain. A big guy can really stand out. Or condition can really stand out. If you're soft, if you're not as peeled condition from the back, a la Andrew Jack, you can kind of get pushed down. Or if you're not as thick, big, wide, if Krizo tries to go for the condition, ooh, here's a crab position. If Krizo tries to go for the condition, doesn't worry about the size, that could blend him into to the underlings. And I just see this picture of GOODVITO, and I laugh and laugh. His back looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle back. The shell looks like a trap. That's not his trap, people. Well, it could be the bottom of it, but it's not like... It's just funny looking. So who brings the condition in the crab position? Yes, I heard that almost rhyme just a second ago. It was playing in my head. Who can hit the crab position? Who has the better condition? No, that's no good. That's the last time I try to write a song live. Anyway, this is going to be a good contest, guys. These two, they're more than likely going to be on the outside looking in, whereas it's going to be Nick and Derek. Probably Martin, too. But you never know. You never know. There is Lou Ferrigno, Serge Nupre, Bob Paris, and Chris Bergay. Who won in 1980? Well, my friend, it's hard to say. This is bodybuilding. Steroids are rapid and weightlifting. Yay!